Hi guys, how you doing? I hope you're really well. So I thought I'll adjust my camera here. I thought I'd have a little chat today about anxiety, because people are anxious, aren't they, at the moment? And some people have suffered from anxiety for years and years and years. And so are you an anxious eater? Do you think you are? Do you think you're an anxious eater? If you don't know me by now, my name's Anna Ferguson and I have helped hundreds of people beat emotional and binge eating, not with willpower, no, with brain power, so that they can find their food freedom and finally be happy in their own skin, you know. The videos I do, I want to give as much value as possible, so I want you to be able to do at least one thing with each video that will move you nearer to your food freedom. So if anxiety is an issue for you, maybe you're an anxious eater. If you need some help with this and you want to move forward from it, just post Zen in the comments below and I'll send you over some free training, you know. I'll send it over in like a private message in Messenger or something like that. No need to opt in, so you can just get it, you know, and use it. So one thing that I always say, don't get it and don't use it. Use it. It's there to be used. Okay, so let's get into it, this anxious eating. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? It's not that emotional eating doesn't work. It does work. It calms you right down, doesn't it? Brings you right back to the now, grounds you. We just don't like the repercussions and we don't like how we feel afterwards. So if we didn't gain weight and we didn't feel bad about it, we'd all just emotionally eat, wouldn't we? So the emotional eating monster loves emotions. He loves eating emotions. And if, say for example, you want to get fat, the biggest way to get fat is to binge and starve. Yeah, that's the easiest way to get fat. If you broke your leg, for example, and this isn't my trick, it's a Patrick Holford trick, but if you broke your leg and you wanted to heal quickly, you'd have a day where 3 days where you ate lots of calcium, 3 days where you didn't, 3 days where you ate lots of calcium, 3 days where you didn't. Essentially, binging and starving on calcium, and the body will suck it in and use it where it's needed most. But if you're binging on and starving on food in general, and you're off the wagon and on the wagon and doing a diet and then eating like mad, and you're doing it in general, the body will just suck it in and store it. So the easiest way to get fat is to binge and starve. And that's why I believe diets don't work long term. They might work short term, but they don't work long term. And I know every diet has the, you know, science to back up their particular formula, but what it doesn't consider is life. Diets expect you to have the same day every day for the rest of your life, and that's just not possible, is it? So the emotional eating monster loves emotions. He loves it when you get stressed. That's when he comes into his power. That's when he comes into his power, and then you feel like you're in the grip of it. And the longer I'm in this game, the more I realise that people, it's never about the food, is it? Never about the food. The longer I'm in it, this industry, the more I realise that people are emotionally overweight. I've got a lot of my ladies full to the top with emotion, brimming with emotion, always on the verge of high stress, high anxiety, high emotion. And we're not coming to the day or to the situation or to a problem with the anxiety or the stress of the moment. We're coming with the anxiety and stress from 1962. We are, and it's excess emotion that we don't need. So we're not supposed to get attached to an emotion. We have hundreds and hundreds of emotions a day, ebbing and flowing and changing and moving. So we're not really supposed to get attached or stuck in a particular emotional state. When that happens, we create suffering for ourselves, you know. So I want you to, those that know me well know this story, but I want to bring your attention to the emotional eating postman. So see if this resonates. Emotions are just messages from the body. That's all they are. They're just messages about the stimulus, the situation, your environment, your body, your mind. It's messages. It's not who you are. It's simply a message. So we have an emotional postman who knocks on the door of your brain to deliver his emotional message, and you go, I've no time for you now, and you throw out a pizza to him. And while he's eating the pizza, he's quiet. Yeah? But then he'll knock again because he's not delivered the message, you see. So then you throw out a bottle of wine to him, and while he's drinking the bottle of wine, he'll be quiet, but he's still not delivered the message, and now he's drunk. So now he's screaming through the letterbox trying to deliver his message, and you go, here's a bag of crisps, I've no time for you. And this is where, when you use food to avoid the emotions, you can be slightly irritated in 1982 and absolutely livid in 2022 and considerably heavier in weight. So the idea is it wants acknowledgement, so that the body, the messages need acknowledging. That's the big thing here. So it's never about the food. So would you class yourself as emotionally overweight? Is it the emotion that's causing the problem? I know anxiety is a big thing. Lots of people have anxious eating monsters, and that anxious eating monster is frantic and wants to be soothed straight away. And you know the difference between regular hunger and emotional hunger is that emotional hunger comes on very quickly, has to be satisfied, it's a frantic thing. Regular hunger just comes on gradually, it's nice and steady, you know. So I want to tell you about a lady called Liz. Liz, if you're watching the video, post below, tell them about yourself. Liz came to me because she was an anxious eater, and a really anxious eater, and we worked on that, and she did the food freedom method. We worked on that. We removed the anxiety, we removed the anxious eating, and this shocked me. I was shocked, she was shocked. And the way I work is, I don't really want you on a diet. I don't really want fireworks and oh my goodness, it's all amazing. I want the problem to just quietly disappear. So she rang me. Oh no, she texted me, that was it. She texted me first and she said, Anna, I'm 8 pounds off losing 100 pounds. And I was like, what? I said, I didn't even think you had 100 pounds to lose. And she went, neither did I. You know, but she lost 100 pounds eventually, all because we stopped anxious eating. We removed the anxiety, not just the eating, we removed the anxiety. Now, it's not as if you won't feel anxious again. Of course you will. Of course you'll feel anxious. It's life. You know, there's going to be times we'll feel every emotion under the sun. We're just removing that trigger to eat, and we're not coming with 25 years worth of anxiety. We're just coming with the anxiety of the moment, you know. And it was so interesting to me. Someone took her to one side at work and asked her whether she'd had weight loss surgery, and another one took her son to one side and asked her whether she was exercising like a lunatic, and she was like, no, that's not what's happened. I've just addressed the anxiety, I've just addressed the eating. So I'm not here to change your personality. I'm not here to you know, stop you from feeling. I'm here to use it to our advantage. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. So I just want you to ponder that, but I'm going to give you a task today. I'm going to give you a task. So the task is, and it'll be tough, this one. Let's see if you can do it. If you can sit for silence, 10 minutes of silence, just sat, no scrolling, no watching TV. I know there's a lot of moms out there, even if you have to go to the loo, if you have to hide, I want you to sit in silence for 10 minutes. Emotions may brim to the surface. Don't worry about them, just let them, you know. Sometimes when people do this for the first time, it can be a little bit emotional. And other times the brain goes, oh, thank goodness for that. Yeah. But I want 10 minutes of silence. Don't eat the anxiety. Acknowledge it. It won't kill you. Usually it's the fear of the fear that causes a problem rather than the anxiety itself. So I want you to sit today, instead of eating the anxiety away, sit for 10 minutes. It may be uncomfortable for the first few minutes, but then the emotions will dissipate, because as bad as it is for other people not to recognise you, appreciate you, acknowledge you, not hear you, not see you, as bad as that is for a person, it's more damaging not to acknowledge yourself. So that's what I'm really wanting you to do. I'm really wanting you to acknowledge yourself and your feelings. They're valid. It's okay to feel whatever way you feel. Once the message is delivered, the emotional postman will go away, and so will the eating. It took me a long time to learn that. So I'm hoping you'll pick it up faster than I did, you know. So if you do want help with this, if you want to get rid of some anxious eating, if you feel like you're emotionally overweight with excess data from 1982, then just post Zen below and I'll send you over some free training in a message. I hope you're really well. I just thought I'd do a relaxed video today. Oh, look. Excuse my messy room. Do you see Hamish? There he is. There is Hamish. He's been very naughty today. So I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.